What's up guys, Jaxxsin here, and today I'm going to do a quick critique and review of Abzu for the PlayStation 4. Now, before I get started, let me just say this. I didn't buy Abzu, my brother bought it, he let me play his copy of it, so that said, let's jump here. Let's dive right in. You see what I did there? This is fucking horrible thing that just happened, and I apologize to you guys for subjecting you to it. Let's put it in the past. Okay, on to the critique and review of Abzu. Okay, first thing, I'm just gonna kind of lay out the things I enjoyed, but then at a certain point I'm going to start comparing Abzu to Journey. And I understand these are completely different studios, different fucking everything, but it's not different everything. There's a lot of same people who worked on Journey that worked on Abzu, and so I'm going to compare them because Abzu is being held up as a 9 out of 10. I feel like it's a strong 6. And I don't do fucking ratings, but I'm telling you right now, it's not a 9 out of 10. Like Journey, yes, I would accept that. But Abzu, okay, because there's just certain areas where Abzu is weaker. Well, let's say where its strengths are. Abzu looks gorgeous. It is very immersive. It puts you there. The environment within the underwater world with the sound, the wildlife, the plant life, everything that's going on in the environment and things like that. The setting of Abzu is amazing and I love it. Music, beautiful fucking music. I will have a little critique with the music later, but the music is amazing. Very, very, very good music all the way around with just, let's say, I'll just say this right now. The music felt out of place in some places. That's what I'll say. I'll get into that a little bit later. I like the movement in Abzu. I really enjoyed the controls. Once I got them down, it was very fun. And then once I realized you could actually control animals as you were riding them, that was really fucking cool. Yeah, but for the most part, it was a very good experience. And much like Journey, before I go any further, you can beat Abzu in about an hour and a half. You can beat Abzu 100%, not 100%, because I missed a lot of the shrines or whatever. I didn't really know that I was supposed to be looking for them. I checked them out and they were cool. It was kind of it's a meditation stone. You go and you meditate on it, and as you do this, it's kind of just reveals the area around you, like the life and things, and you can cycle through it. Very cool, unique thing. I just didn't feel the need to do it more than once, and I just kind of thought, oh, that must just be if I'm walking away or something, because Journey had something much the same. When you hit pause, your character would kind of chill out, and eventually we would kick it to a screen of a bunch of concept art and cool shit like that. You'd go back to your character and the camera would just still be there and your dude would still be sitting there, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of what I thought it was, and I didn't feel the need to stop. I was just kind of wanting to continue on through the game, so I didn't collect those. So if you're going to collect 100%, and I didn't get all of these little things that you can call to on the ground and it wakes up fish and frees fish or something like that. And so this is, I liked the environment in this game a lot. I liked how it progressed, much like Journey. It went through some very beautiful areas, and then some it had its ups and downs, you know what I mean? Emotionally, musically, things like that. And this game, it tried to do it as well as Journey. That's what I'll say about that. It tried to do it, but it just didn't quite get it there. And so now I'm going to start comparing it to Journey. And if you don't want to hear that, that's fine. Take what I liked with it. It's probably the same stuff you liked. But now I'm going to be critical of Abzu. And the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like you should compare the two. It's got a lot of the same people working on it. It's much the same experience. It's meant to, it feels a lot like Journey. It feels like a paint by numbers of what a Journey game would feel like. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. There was something lacking there, and it became clear when I hit that central point where in the Journey, you would reach, the shrine and you would pray, and then there would be a cutscene there, and you'd see something that hooded white figure would show you something, and then you would gain more knowledge, and then you would continue on your journey, right? In Abzu, you're kind of like teleported to this weird underwater, like, it's not underwater, but it's underwater, but you're in the sky. It's very cool and gorgeous looking. But you just kind of swim up to this thing. It's just like this globular thing, and a blue globular thing, and you call to it, and then it like sends an erection into the reef above it, and it bursts forth its semen of cleansing growth, and everything grows and everything's green again, and the fish life returns. And okay, so that's when I'm gonna get into it. The reason that I felt the emotional roller coaster that I felt when I played Journey, and the reason there was that ultimate moment where I did lose it and I did begin crying. I had an emotional connection with Journey, and you know, that might be lame to say or whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know you guys, I'm never gonna see you, so I have no reason to feel fucking bad about what you may or may not fucking think. I had an emotional connection with Journey. It was real, it was intense, and it lasted for a few days. I replayed Journey several times because I just had to continue like feeling this. And with Journey, I felt like the reason I was able to feel that is because there was a story being presented that was able to be interpreted even though you didn't really know it yet before you understood it, because you just spent so much time with it and even researched it elsewhere or whatever you did. It was presenting itself in a way that was making you interpret it one way or another. Like, you were deciding what was happening as it was going, and it was a beautiful, beautiful setup that allowed the player's imagination to kind of run wild and interpretation run wild with it. And what I felt on my first Journey was, I felt like it was just a kind of circle of life, to go all Mufasa on you. I felt like it was a circle of life. Like, as one journey was ending at the end, a new journey was beginning at beginning at the start. And it was just a circle. And during that circle, there were just kind of elements, there was this beautiful, like, and then it just got kind of desolate, and then cold white, and then fade to white. And I felt like on my first journey, I connected with it so much because I felt like it was a very beautiful, just incredibly well done metaphor for death. Life and death, beginning and end. And I loved it. I felt like they had the seasons of age in there, like I had felt those. I had felt like the teen, the prepubescent, all of those, the teen years, where I am now, and I just kind of felt the old when I'm going to be at the end. And with Abzu, there was no way I could interpret anything other than, the reef was getting hard on and everything was coming back to life. And there were, a little bit of like hieroglyphic things. They didn't make sense to me. Like, who is the enemy? Who is the friend? Like, why am I playing this robot that's running around, finding these things that they actually hate? So am I the bad guy? And do I do the good thing at the end? But am I the good guy? Like, what is going on? And that's where it wasn't really clear. And at the end of it, I had this feeling that it wasn't a metaphor about, something as universal as life and death, beginnings and ends. And as much as it was just, something like, let's say, like mankind's engineering versus Mother Nature, or something like that. I felt like it was more of like that sort of thing, and that's fine. I understand it, and I understand that there are, we don't stop. There is, there's a song by Borealis, I can't remember the exact name, but his line is, "There is no inherited shut-off switch to tell us we've had enough of all this." And that's like, it's just, we keep on overindulging, and that's basically the theme of the song, is it's just humanity, we continue to consume, get more. And so I understand that there's that aspect of it. I see the aspect that you're going for, but I just can't emotionally connect with it as much as I can a universal concept such as life and death. And so that would be, and that's why the music felt off to me, because it wasn't connecting with me when it was meant to feel moody. I didn't really feel moody. I just felt kind of meh. And it was one of those situations where I enjoyed this game. There were moments of intense, like, my hands were sweaty and stuff because the game was putting me in this situation, under the ocean, which I hate, and it was making me feel it. And I was believing it. Do you know what I mean? And so it was a good experience. But it was, it was a $20 experience. And I didn't pay that, I know. But you would pay $20 to buy Abzu. And it's giving a 9 out of 10. But I feel like Journey... I feel like it takes away from Journey to give Abzu a 9 out of 10. I don't really give a shit about numbers usually in these ratings. I really don't. But I feel like it takes away from Journey, the beautiful entire journey that is Journey. And it takes away from that and makes, it just, because of that reason, because this is kind of a distorted, confused story that you couldn't interpret in your own and you wouldn't really understand, and it kind of throws you that way. But in Journey, you can interpret it in so many different ways. There's so many different, ways the player can interact with the story by collecting these things. In this, it's just like you're unlocking fish. In Journey, it was like hieroglyphs, that told a section of a story of a grand people that, lost their way and fucking, it's this thing where Abzu should not be put up there. Yes, it's up there. It's a very good game. It's better than most. It's an excellent experience. It's beautiful, immersive fucking experience. But it wasn't a Journey for me, man. So that's why, and to compare it to Journey, if people want to bitch, it's a lot of the same people that made Abzu that made that, and this was made after. So maybe the ones who were responsible for that, that ingredient that I personally loved about it, maybe they moved on. I don't know. But either way, it's all right. Those are my thoughts on it, guys. I love you. I'm out of here. Hope you enjoy. If you did, up click. If you hated it, down click. If you want to see more of my rambling, fucking critique and reviews, subscribe. That's it for me, Jaxxsin. I'm out of here. Love you. Till next time, keep being awesome. And keep being safe, most important.